Now, after Terence Crawford did his 20-minute live on IG last night and told the world what he's saying is his truth, now he's calling for Errol Spence to come out and speak. He say, hey, Errol, you know I didn't tell no lies last night. And he said, I seen you watching my whole IG live last night. So we gonna get into exactly what all was said, but before we do that, make sure that y'all hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a sub to the channel. Now, last night, after going silent for weeks and weeks, Terence Crawford, he comes out and he does an IG live, what he calls is his tell-all on what happened in the negotiations between him and Errol Spence, PBC, Al Heyman, and why he pulled out of the fight. Well, he never really got around to admitting or saying anything about why he pulled out of the fight to go fight David I've Been Sneezing. And to me, it was mighty funny and weird that he skipped around, telling or even speaking about, this happened and this happened, so I decided to go ahead and pull out of the fight and take this other deal with David I've Been Sneezing. He never said nothing about that. He wanted to skip over that whole part. He said a lot of things in his Instagram live. To me, it was real choppy. A lot of things that he said, it didn't add up. You know what I'm talking about? But ultimately, he basically admitted that he came to Errol Spence and he wanted Errol Spence to do some underhanded shit and leave Al Heyman, leave PBC, the company that's been giving him his bag, the company that's built him up, right, to be the star that he is today. He wanted Errol Spence to do some snake shit and run off, right, to go get $25 million supposedly from some company that nobody knows who it is, right? He didn't even say who the company was, or some hedge fund or whatever it may be, right? To run off and do some dirty business behind Al Heyman's back, right? Talking about I got two different companies that's reached out to me and they willing to give us $50 million. 25 million apiece. You get 25 million and I get 25 million. First of all, if you listen to what he said, so you mean to tell me that two different companies that don't have nothing to do with each other gonna come to you and coincidentally offer you the same exact amount? Both companies, they just came with a number 25 million. Both companies, the same exact amount came to you with this offer. Now everything starts making sense, right? When we was hearing the rumors months ago that you was demanding PBC to pay you $25 million guaranteed up front. Remember when we was hearing all them rumors? Terence Crawford demanding $25 million guaranteed up front. And then people were saying that was a lie. Now it all makes sense. What Terence Crawford did is he went to PBC and he says, you know what? I got this other company and they willing to pay me $25 million, right? Up front on the table. They willing to pay us, right? And Al Heyman and them was like, okay, so what you saying? Well, I want you to pay me $25 million. I'm demanding $25 million. And they were probably looking, okay, well, I don't know what you're gonna do, but we not guaranteeing you no 25 million. You ain't worth 25 million guaranteed up front. Your numbers don't show nowhere near that. So yeah, now I believe that Terence Crawford was demanding PBC to pay him $25 million up front at one point in time, right? Because he tried to run with that scheme talking about, I got two other companies that's willing to pay me $25 million up front. Okay, well then, let them put the money up for you. Let them put the money up for you and then we can go ahead and get this shit done, right? Let the companies that you saying that's willing to pay you $25 million up front, right? Let them go ahead and put your bag up. We'll put Errol Spence's bag up. So then he go on to say, and I call Errol Spence on the phone and I let him know, look, man, I got two different hedge funds or whatever that's willing to put $50 million up for us, 25 million apiece. And he said, well, Errol Spence was like, okay, that sounds cool, but what about the back end money? And then Terence Crawford, he froze up like, back end money. Well, I was telling him that if we make their money back for them, then we'll get like 2080 on the back end. Yeah. Bruh, he just let you know right there that he don't know nothing about no back end money. And he should know nothing about no back end money because he ain't never got no back end money before. All he was getting was a straight up guarantee and that's it. You know what I'm talking about? So Errol Spence is like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, the back end money. What if this fight do 800,000, 900,000, $1 million pay-per-view, 700,000? Bro, you do the numbers at $80 a pay-per-view, I need my back end money. I'm gonna make way more than $25 million. Especially when you talk about the ticket sales, the concession stands, the advertisements, everything that go into, you know, the back end money. You asking me to go ahead and leave my advisor, leave my company, PBC, right? That I have a fighter in, I got my promotional company tied in with it, and go over here to make $25 million. Okay, what do I do with my career after that? Because now I can't come back and do no business with Al Hain and PBC. They got all of the top fighters at 154 when I move up after I beat your ass. So you just want me to retire along with you after that. You know what I'm talking about? You could tell that Terence Crawford has no business sense. But anyway, after Terence Crawford told his story, his side of what happened, you know what I'm saying, with everything, why the fight didn't go through, and he never even said nothing about, well, this is why the fight didn't happen, because he went on to tell you that he agreed to everything, that I agreed to everything. Okay, if you agreed to everything, why the fight ain't going down? You know what I'm saying? He never said nothing about how he pulled out to take this David I've been sneezing fight. He never said nothing about none of that. But he gets on Twitter today, and this is what he says on Twitter, and I'm gonna read it to y'all. I'm pretty sure if anything I said was a lie, Errol Spence Jr. would have been said something by now. He was watching my live, but he knows what's real, but there's things he might not know or knew because he's not the one at the table like me, myself is. And see right there, and then just watching the whole live when he did it, you can tell that he nervous about the whole situation. Come on, dog. You just did the live last night. It ain't even been 15 hours yet. And you talking about, oh, why he ain't come out. So you jump on IG first thing early in the morning talking about why you ain't heard from Errol Spence yet. Man, that man ain't thinking about you early in the goddamn morning, dog. You know what I'm saying? You just did it late last night. You think he's supposed to come right back door you, right behind you? You know what I'm saying? That's how I can tell you nervous, because you nervous when he do come out, right? He gonna come out with the real lowdown, right? And tell everything that you left out. You dig what I'm saying? And then I didn't even talk about how you had the nerve enough to try to assume that he fighting Keith Thurman and then try to laugh about him fighting Keith Thurman. Talking about, oh, you lied. I heard you gonna fight somebody. You said you was never gonna fight. It don't matter who he gonna fight. It's better than David I've been sneezing. You know what I'm talking about? His opponent is way better than David I've been sneezing. It don't matter if he fight Keith Thurman, Stanionis, Boots, whoever it may be that he fight. It's gonna be way better than who you fight. You know what I'm talking about? You couldn't even pronounce your damn opponent's name right. You couldn't even announce the promotional company that you getting the bag from right. And I don't believe that you're getting $10 million, but I'll talk about that in a whole separate video because it just don't make no sense. You know what I'm talking about? If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. And you getting $10 million from a company that ain't nobody ever heard of before, right? Paying you $10 million to fight David I've been sneezing, it just don't add up and it just don't make no sense. But you got the nerve enough to talk about who Errol Spence is fighting. And then you want this man to come out, soon as you get done talking, to come out and post some shit and talk about it. Oh, he gonna tell all. He gonna tell all. Don't worry. And I guarantee he make you look like a goddamn idiot when he do. Because, man, that shit that you did last night, it just made it worse for you. You should have just kept quiet because you was leaving a whole bunch of shit out. Like I said, everything that you said wasn't a lie, but you was mixing a whole lot of lying in with a little bit of the truth. And I could tell. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could see how nervous you was and shit. Then when it was time for you to say your company name that you promoted by, you got to stuttering and couldn't even get the name right. You know what I'm talking about, man? That whole thing was just a shit show. You feel me? But one thing you did is you let everybody know that you don't want to smoke an Errol Spence shit, that you didn't want to fight. You was looking for any way out, and BLK Prime, they came and gave you a bag or whatever, supposedly gave you $10 million, and they gave you a way out. You feel what I'm saying? You was looking for a way out because, like I said, you never got to the point to saying, okay, well, this is what happened, and so I decided to pull out of the fight. You know what I'm saying? You basically did some underhanded shit when Errol Spence, Steven Espinoza, Al Heyman, and anybody that was involved with the negotiations, they was all in on you. They didn't have no backup plan. You feel me? But it's a whole lot that I got to say about this. I will be going live today, so check for my live stream today, and we definitely gonna cook on this. Other than that, y'all already know how I do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.